Welcome in, Warriors fans. Lloyd Wilson with you here as your ESU Field Hockey team is traveling on the road to Kutztown to take on Shippensburg in the PSAC semifinal round. I'm sitting here with head coach Sandy Miller and assistant coach Katie Orr. So you guys finished 16-2 this season and held majority of the time at the top 4 seed. Looking ahead in the conference and obviously tournament play, how do you think your team has fared up to this point?
We're very pleased with what we've done. Lost a tough one in overtime to Westchester early in the season, and lost a real tough one to Kutztown, who's undefeated. So we feel like we're in a good position right now. We're playing some good hockey. We've got some good wins. We're doing nice things. Right now we're just trying to fine-tune things and just keep getting better every day, challenge our team, and we're ready to go. Looking
a little bit back on this past season, it's almost like two halves that you guys have. Obviously, the way that you start out the season, but then you guys hit like a mini speed bump in the middle of the season when you fell to Kutztown and Westchester in the middle of the season. But from then on, you guys were on an absolute tear. What was the second half mindset, if you will, that say, yeah, we got to lock in the second half and make sure everybody knows who we are?
We got to lock in. I love it. I like that you called it a speed bump too, because that's what it was. And they always say that you learn more from your losses. That's absolutely what happened. It forced us to dig into the film, dig into what we're all about. What are we doing offensively or not doing? What are we doing defensively or not doing? And focus on those fixes. I think we learned so much from that. But it wasn't deflating because we knew what we had just accomplished leading up to it, and obviously opening up with two really strong conference opponents. We knew that they were they were big teams. Right. So they were good losses, and you never want to lose to teams that are not as strong. You lose to good opponents, you can still feel good about that at the end of the day.
For you, Sandy, this past offseason was a great one for you. Recently inducted to the Coaches Hall of Fame. What does that honor mean to you?
I tell you what, that honor was pretty darn cool. It means, number one, I've been coaching a long time, right? You don't get all those wins by coaching 10 years, right? So I've been coaching 41 years and have over 500 wins. But to me, again, it's just excellence in our program. Getting to the conference Final Four again is not easy. It's hard. We had lost our first 2 conference games and we were battling. And, going back to the Hall of Fame, that was pretty special. And it was extra special because you're selected, but it's extra special because of the love I felt from our conference coaches, which was pretty cool. But we just have a level of excellence here, and our players are all in, which is real important.
Who are some individuals you guys would say that impressed you the most going into this now tournament and playoff season?
Carrie Kaufman's playing some darn good hockey. She's playing the center midi and kind of filled in JD's spot and filled it in pretty well. One of our unsung heroes from last year that I'm hoping is going to be an All-American as well as some other players for sure is Eliana Rivera-Lagala. She's finally caught up her hockey play to her speed. I mean, the young lady's probably the fastest player in D2, or one of the fastest, if not the fastest.
Very high regard, yeah.
I always make sure she's not running on the track team. I was waiting for that. I need her on the hockey team, maybe after her senior year. But the young lady's fast, and then you got Minka on the forward line, but Emma's right there with goals, so we can signal out a couple, but they're all very, very good, which is real important to us. Bella, yeah. Our screen, man, she's getting it done for us. And so we're pretty solid. And you don't get to this spot if you don't have a lot of really, really good players.
We already mentioned earlier about the 2022 championship team. This year's group of seniors will be the conclusion, and we close the chapter on that. What have you seen from them and what they've been conveying to their teammates on, listen, I understand it's even their last ride, but to get back to the pinnacle where you guys were years ago?
Mm-hmm. We set a lot of goals as a team, right. And they set it every year, and we'd be upset if they didn't, but they want to win the conference championship. They want to win an NCAA title. Now, that's our last goal because there are so many goals before that you need to accomplish to get those final goals. But again, it's just excellence. And, there are no shortcuts to success. You know, you have to be very strict in what we're doing and rules we're following, and if you're not on the bus, you're off the bus, which means you're not on the team. And we don't really have issues with that. But it's just a buy-in with everyone, and it's hard work, you know, and there's no place we'd rather be right now. We don't want the weekend off. We don't want to be done. We want to be playing in the conference semifinals and then give it all we got and get a chance for the conference finals. And then, you know, hopefully Sunday night, 9:30, we're hoping to get a call to the NCAA. And if we do, that's the 10th year in a row that this program goes to the NCAA tournament, which is pretty much unheard of. That's probably one of your future questions. Sorry, I stole that. But
I mean, you mentioned
I'm just
it
kind
earlier.
of going with it, right?
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, like how it feels like every year this school, this program has championship aspirations. That's why it's just, as you say, it's so tough to get back to that year after year after year.
Right, and it's stress as a coaching staff.
Right.
You know, we got a bullet on our back, you know, every single game. You know, the teams are bringing their best, but in a way, it's really a pleasure to have that, because I think most teams would give anything to have that bullet on their back, you know, to be that successful. So in a way, it's tough, but in a way, it's what we want. You know, it's what we strive for, and it's, you know, it's awesome. It's good stuff.
For, you know, obviously the semifinal round is coming up, and you're seeing a familiar opponent against Shippensburg, who you actually beat here when they were at one point the number 1 seed. What is the winning formula to make sure you guys come out with a W?
Wouldn't you like to know that, everyone? We're going to keep those secrets close to the vest. Isn't that what the saying is?
Right.
No. At the end of the day, it's always about fundamentals, and everyone needs to do their job. If we do our job and each person on the team knows what they need to do, and we stick to our game plan, obviously you scout and you know tendencies of our opponent, but to me, it always comes down to that. Fundamentals, and you know your job. You got to do it every single time without fail.
Any last words?
Well, no, it's just a lot of preparation. Right. You know, Katie's in doing video at 7. You know, I'm still watching video. She's at 7 a.m. I'm still watching video at 9 p.m. So again, we're getting it done. We're preparing them the best way we can. In the meantime, we're having a lot of fun doing it. You know, our program is just family and work hard, but have fun at the same time. So we're just looking forward to the challenge. When we played Shippensburg a month ago or so, yeah, they were ranked first in the nation. Right. Shots were 12-12. We outcornered them to 7-6. The score was 3-2. So it was a really close game. So, you know, Final Four, anyone can win. And again, that's why you play the game, right? But we'll give it all we got, try to play every second of every quarter, you know, every touch, and just make things count and just play through adversity and figure things out. And, you know, you can't call timeouts out there, so we really prepare our team. There are coaches out there on the field. Our drills are very chaotic, and they need to figure some things out. And that helps prepare us. And, you know, we're ready to go, holding nothing back, just giving it all we got.
Thank you so much, coaches, for just taking the chance to sit down with us and giving us a little insight. Obviously, don't want to give us the entire, but a little insight on, you know, how much this weekend means, not only to the program, but to obviously the girls as well. And again, as you said, for the championship team, the seniors, this is their last chance. So, you know, what way to do it and go out with a bang.
That's right.
Go to ESUwarriors.com for pre and live game coverage. Game is at 5:30 on Friday. I've been Lloyd Wilson. Thank you for tuning in with us.